messing everything up. So I'm not that personality. Hi, everybody. I'm Nikki Watson. I'm from the Design Pod. I was asked by Jake to come and talk to you guys about design trends for 2021. So our company does a little bit of everything. We do we do remodels. We have a flooring side because I come from a flooring background. So we do all kinds of remodel stuff, house additions. We build houses. We do the whole 9 yards. So our clients want a little bit of everything, and we see it all. So I guess I'm a little bit of an expert on this. And especially on the selling side, because we, get houses ready for sale. Of course, you guys know what this market is like right now. It's a little bit different than when I first started in 2008. Uh, the houses, the housing market was the complete opposite. So now there are people that still do clean up and do a little bit, but they're not doing as much as they were doing before. They really don't care. They're just putting the sign and it's going to sell anyway. So, so we'll talk a little bit about, getting everything ready, and then we'll talk about to live, how people are living in their homes now, what some of the things look like, the differences in selling and living. You guys know that. So here are the rules. Share, share, share. If you have anything to share, if you've seen anything out there that you think is interesting, please give us some feedback and take notes and ask questions, plenty questions, and have fun. Um, who is a fairly new agent? You guys, all of y'all?
Yeah.
So you guys,
We have seasoned agents on Zoom.
online? Okay. Can they see me? Hey,
A
y'all.
lot of the new agents, and one of the reasons we did this class is as you meet more and more people, a lot of times you're going to be asked like, oh, I really like, sometimes for buyers, like I like all that, but man, I want to change this or change that. What do you think? A lot of times they'll end up asking you design questions.
Yes.
Get to know some of it.
Mhm.
And then a lot of times it's have friends or family or contacts that are thinking about selling. They'll ask you, what do I need to do to get my home ready?
Yeah.
So you do have to know some of the basics.
That's true.
So this is why our guru is here.
That's good. I didn't know that you guys were new, but that's awesome because you're learning this in the beginning. And a lot of times people don't get to see this stuff until they're, on their third and fourth transaction, and somebody asks you, and like, I don't know what's the good flooring to put down. It doesn't it doesn't matter to me. Just put some carpet in. So that's a good thing to have in the beginning, starting out. So cool. So the seller market, you guys know that things have changed. You guys are coming in at a good time because it's money to be made for everybody out here. In every market, there's opportunity. So this is a good opportunity market to kind of diversify what you're doing. I have been in the real estate market. I've never been an agent. I don't think I ever want to do what you do. But I've been in the market for 12 years. I was a flooring rep for a chain of flooring stores. So I would go out and market, and I would go in the houses and measure and show samples. So I did the actual selling and marketing for the company. So I saw all kinds of stuff. My main clients were investors. So they just wanted cheap and fast. So that was my favorite kind of client. And then the people that have lived in their house for 50 years, they want to see every sample that you have. And it took a little bit longer to convince them to change and what they needed to do. So there's all kinds of flooring choices out there. And that's kind of where I started. Then I started the staging company. We're the largest staging company in the market. We have about 215 houses staged right now today, all over the place. And we're still busy, which is surprising because things are selling fast, but people are still staging. So we have a lot of investor clients that do it no matter what. And we still do 3 a day every day.
So there's 215 houses in our MLS right now.
Oh, man. But we have stuff from Cedar Creek Lake to White Settlement and Waco. I mean, we everywhere. So we do the whole metroplex. So we have houses all over the place. But it's good. It's good to see that people are still caring about what they put on the market, even though it's going to sell in hours. But they're getting more money because if you put it on there and just, however it looks, you'll get some offers, but you're going to get more people really wanting that house if it looks good. So that's a little bit about me. So we'll talk about the top 5 things to do, top 5 upgrades if you're going to put your house on the market. So these are the things that people, it not necessarily cost a lot of money, but these will make the most impact. There's other things that you could do, but these are the top 5 things that we should talk about that you guys can talk to your clients about. So landscaping is the first thing. Curb appeal is huge. I'm not a big outdoor person. So when it comes to curb appeal, I'm just going to say, lay some sod, put some color in there, just the basic stuff. But those are the things that make a difference. If you've got overgrown shrubs, of course, somebody needs to come in and kind of clean it up, clean it up. Yes, after the freeze, it was huge. So right now is the time that people are trying to get some curb appeal going, but landscaping is huge. Kitchen refresh. A lot of people want to know, should I paint my cabinets? Should I change my pools? Should I change my countertops? Those are small things that you can do. Bless you. Those are things that you can do to kind of get your kitchen looking up to date. You don't really have to knock everything out. You can change a sink, make it look a little better, but you don't have to do a whole kitchen remodel to make it look good enough to sell. Light bathroom remodel, I call that a glance over. So you can recaulk your tub or get it reglazed. Some people do there's a little crack in the paint, so you can get it reglazed for like $200-300. That's something really inexpensive, but it makes a big impact. Painting cabinets again, those kind of things. Something that you can just do at a minimal and not really spend a whole lot of money. Exterior improvements. These are a little bit pricier. So if you want to change windows are a big thing. People are into efficiency. So that will make a big impact. Painting your brick. I hate painted brick, but that's huge. It is. Now I'm getting used to it, but back.
Anybody flips a house now.
Exactly. So the reason why I don't like it is because back when I started this, every house that I pulled up to do flooring estimates was a gray painted brick house. Like in Garland Richardson, gray painted brick house. And yeah, white now is like huge. Oh God. Now I like that.
Though, right? They're usually covering up any sort of caulk or foundation issue.
Something that an imperfection.
So I do most of the time paint a brick, it's because we're covering something up.
Yeah.
No, my
It's makeup, just like makeup, corroded covers imperfection.
Yeah, just
They're
covered up.
applying that foundation.
Mhm. And they're fixing whatever they had to adjust that house that, man.
That wasn't my issue. Mine was just like.
Or if they rework to change out windows and change size and end up having to lace in a different brick with the old one.
The old
and
one.
Paint it to cover. So there's
Mhm.
usually.
To make it all match everything. But when I first started the business, I would pull up to these houses. I'm like, again, and the neighbors don't really like it either because they know that's the house that was rehabbed in the neighborhood. So the neighbors are like, oh, here comes another investor, so they don't like that. But that's a good investment for somebody that's putting something on the market. If it's older, if it needs to even lime wash, that's a good thing now that people are doing to their houses is lime washing. It looks amazing.
Is that for the stone?
For stone.
Yeah, there's
Mhm.
some-
It's almost like a pressure spray. It's just taking the color off the brick.
A neighbor of mine actually, he had one of the ugliest houses. And it was like, they did like just a cement stucco. It's like, I don't know, it's really
Oh.
beautiful, like a sand wash stucco. But
Yes.
It was really nice. They just
Mhm.
did it once, like almost like a plaster.
Yeah. Mhm.
And it was like a limestone color. And that house looked.
It looks
It was like, kind of you walk past and you're like, oh, and then it's like. ooh.
totally different. Yeah.
But it put it into. looking
And that's
really
probably
good.
not, that probably wasn't very expensive.
No.
'Cause they
It
just
transformed
did
the
it.
house.
It's almost like a cement.
Yeah.
So, and attic conversions. So there's always extra space in your attic. A lot of people are making them either offices or bedrooms, and they're adding square footage to the property. So that could be a major improvement to your property if you have an attic that you can take a little space out of. You have to have your mechanics accessible, but everything else you can sheetrock in and make another living area. So that's a big one, is attic conversions.
Does it, if you convert an attic, does it count as another bedroom or is it?
Well, if it has a window, you can, and if it has a, you can build a closet. Mhm.
Okay.
But what you have to do is you have to have an appraiser come in every measure that whole piece and accommodate the square footage.
Right. So that would add, that room would add into your, and it's huge. So I read somewhere the average attic conversion is about $25,000 to add, you're doing flooring, you're sheet rocking the walls, you're insulating and everything, which is not bad. But if you put on, if you say that's a bedroom, that you'll get that $25,000 back.
And most of
It's a good investment. So those are the top 5 things I think that people should be looking at when they're looking at trying to get their house ready. Okay, so one of the questions on the list was, is gray still in? Who can guess?
I
Yes,
think it is.
I think it is.
I'm saying no.
I say white and gray. are both good.
Gray is still big, especially with clients that are rehabbing. But real estate, we're going back to the beiges. So everybody's using kind of a combination of the two, gray and beige. So we call them gray. So these are the famous grays, as y'all
So I
know.
just have my whole house painted alabaster inside.
You did? Oh, and you know what? If you were putting your house on the market, a younger person, like a millennial, would buy that house because that's what they like, white walls. Younger people love white walls. I don't know why.
Well, part of design trends, it's also influenced by, so we have a lot of Californians moving in.
Yes.
White walls in California are.
That's true.
Style.
It's,
Yeah.
I mean,
Trend.
it's what the majority of homes have.
It's that kind of coastal beach
Coastal.
trend that's
Mhm.
like mixed with that modern.
Even if like the interior lots like in other parts of California where they have like more of a bungalow style home that's got a white plaster interior wall.
Yeah.
So that's part of it now, is we have a lot of influence from people moving in
Other
from other parts of the
places.
country
Yeah.
with their design trends. And they're the ones paying top dollar. So
Mhm.
people really want to accommodate that style and they go in and flip. So that's one of the reasons you're gonna see white
Well, it's
paint
White
more and
walls.
more and more.
McGee has had a huge influence, it's like the kind of the new Chip and Joanna,
Oh, yes.
you know.
Oh, yeah.
that's that kind of
Mhm.
feel. Especially in that kind of 30 and younger.
Yes.
group.
Yeah.
They are very much going more towards in our age group, I'd say, I'm 45. Our age group is going more away from the gray and more back into the beige. Just because it goes with everything. Gray was a trend for a long time, and it's probably still going to be a trend for the next 10 years. People are still going to use gray because it's just a warmer color. And then, so you said alabaster was the color that you painted your whole house. So
Yeah,
these,
picking white is, I actually think white is the hardest color.
Oh.
of Any color to pick.
it is,
Because it's
because
like-
there's hundreds of.
Yeah,
whites.
there's hundreds, and then it's like,
Mhm.
and then the light of your own house.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you how many times I've had conversations with friends about which white. And it's like,
Snowbound
it's,
is gorgeous.
Snow, oh, that is,
Snowbound, I do that in my kitchen, all my cabinets are snowbound and breezy.
Snowbound is the most popular color. They did I don't even know who did a survey, but that's the most popular color in Highland Park and University Park. That's what all
In my
the people are painting painting their houses that color.
No, no.
But we did that at Snowbound. We did that in, on trim. So we do door trims and cabinets and stuff like that. So these colors are just, what you can tell if somebody says, what color do I paint? If they got an orange wall or, a crazy color, these are some that you can just say, these are safe. These are going to appeal to the most buyers. People will come in and not feel like they have to paint the whole house if they see these colors. So they're just a blend between gray and beige, and that's kind of what the people are going. And these colors have been popular for a long time. Agreeable gray is like 20 years. It's been people have loved this color for a long time, but it's coming back from what the gray world was.
Are you seeing more so that like someone should go and just paint their entire house one of those colors and just make it one blank canvas for the next person, and that's kind of more popular right now. We're not seeing accent walls and all that craziness.
I have not seen accent wall in a long time. I agree.
It's not paint, it's paneling or trim.
Or trim.
Yeah.
Trim is a new
that's-
thing, but I think that people are moving away from accent walls. So they're just doing one color everywhere, unless it's like a movie room. That's still acceptable, for buyers to come in and see a movie room painted black or, a dark color, because that's where you're hanging out. Everybody's going to hang out, and it's kind of the theme of that room. But everything else usually is one color, painting the ceilings, a white and the trim.
Or just like white ceiling.
Now, I personally will take the wall color up to the ceiling, and then the trim will be the thing that breaks it up. So it just makes it look a little bit more rich whenever you do that.
And so my background in being a new construction, I can tell you why it's easier that way. They go in and they spray.
Oh, I know.
So they spray.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah.
Yeah,
less
it's easy.
expensive, It's easier, it's
Mhm.
faster. So.
Yeah, it's easy. And it just makes it, to me, it makes the crown molding
I'm going back to
pop.
my house when painting on the ceilings white. So,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
you are.
oh, yeah. What the height, I want that area.
You want it to
But
make it
that's just
feel
me.
taller.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Make it feel taller, because if it's white, yeah, it's gonna make it look huge.
Yeah.
So, did y'all get those colors?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, no.
No, it was, I know it was agreeable white, accessible. no,
Agreeable gray,
and
accessible
gray.
beige, yeah. Let's see.
Last house was a
Okay.
combination of those, yes.
Really?
Beige,
So I did, inside of a house, I did agreeable gray, and on the siding, we did brick and stone in the front, and on the siding, I did accessible beige. It looked so good.
Yes, I did a white, I don't know which one it was, but I did a darker gray and a black roof on my house, and my trim and my gutters were all gray. I was trying to find a picture, I can't find it.
Love that.
I like literally had people come up to me.
I have a
to my
similar
house and knock on my door.
picture in here somewhere, but it did have gray on it, but that sounds like it looks way better. Oh, no. So we're talking about this white walls appeal to younger buyers, and all white kitchen appeal to everybody. Everybody likes all white kitchens. I don't know why. They just,
Clean, I
it
think,
just looks clean.
It never looks like that when people live in it.
Right.
It looks like that.
But I guess it does make people feel like there's not much to come in and change, and that they don't have to, it appears to be clean all the time now.
And it just seems.
It looks bigger. Mhm. It looks bigger. So that's, all white kitchens are all the crave. We will go down, we'll talk about what we like.
This is more work. I'm
This
like,
is-
the colors.
This is what we-
Maybe, but more in my last house, like, I like colors.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So the trend,
The islands is often a place you can get colour.
Yes.
Island white kitchen.
A reverse, something of black cabinets in the kitchen, painted black. It's so
I think
dramatic and fun.
that's
I think
beautiful. I think it's
it's
beautiful.
I love that too.
Yeah.
But I
Mhm.
think it's,
So masculine.
I think it's a really good look. It's not mass market. It's not mass-
Net mass market. So like you said, the islands, people are doing that, it's coloring the islands. A lot of people are doing reverse. So they'll do cabinets at the bottom, they'll do a color, and then they'll do white at the top and just leave it. And that's more real estate friendly. You can do color on the bottom or on the island, or just the island, and that's not gonna run people off. Black cabinets, love. I've seen this so many places.
Yeah, I'll say, follow my.
Oh my gosh.
It's just so good.
Is beautiful. And there's a lot, if you get on Pinterest and look at, just look at black kitchens or black kitchen cabinets, you'll see some beautiful pictures. They're really, really pretty. It sounds scary. It sounds scary.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so I have the older, like dark wood cabinets, and they might as well be black, so because they're so dark. and I'm ready for it to lighten up, be light, a little bit lighter. I want a white kitchen.
It's still, I mean, like you have to do everything else just right to be able to pull off the black.
Yes. Backsplash has to be stunning, all that. It cannot be just normal. But these are the these are things that people are doing now. They're doing greens and olives, and so this Simply White is another good white color from Benjamin Moore. So they're just kind of playing with color when it comes to the kitchen, and it just looks.
I mean, it's perfection.
You see that?
Yeah, I would take that. I guess with the floating shelves, that's
Exactly.
well.
There's so many other
But if it was
ways,
like
black
black
windows.
cabinets up top, black
Yes.
down,
No.
Yeah, okay,
Yes, that
that's lovely.
is
I love it.
beautiful. Yes.
And that's black peppers too, that
Oh, but then, yeah, I guess.
big
it-
glass panels, and so
Yeah.
there's
Mhm.
always a way to make it work.
So it's
Gotcha.
it doesn't look, you don't want to make it look too heavy. So the open shelves didn't make it look too heavy. It just, the color was down on the bottom, kind of like, something like this green one. The color's down on the bottom and it kind of grounds it. And then up top, you can keep it open. So,
What I love about all those colors though, is like all the ones where you're adding a color, it's a blue or a green or a gray, they're all dark.
Dark.
rich colors. It's
Yes.
Not, it's gotta be an offset from the white. It's gotta be something that really grounds the space and adds some weight to it.
mhm. That's true. Cheating Heart. I like the name of that. Cheating Heart. Yes.
Well, you'd be surprised when Rich, like they're usually pretty much on trend in such a mass market sales machine. That
Yeah.
they usually do keep their eye fairly close to what's popular.
They do. They do a good job, especially on the other side, on the decor side. I'm looking at it. I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool what they're doing in here. So they do have a pulse. I'm sure they have a team that is doing some research and checking things out. But those are I think that they're pretty on top of things. Restoration Hardware is always kind of a place that we follow because they have good
I tell you
trends.
who's the biggest influencer currently for kitchens is Duval Kitchens. It's out of England.
Duval.
Duval,
I think I follow them on
DEVOL.
Instagram.
Yeah, go on Instagram.
The only thing about them is it's a very worldly style, and not
Mm.
every home can accommodate that. You
No,
can't have that in
but
your
it's-
average.
But you
in
see,
a- yeah,
redo.
I was gonna
what I
say.
have seen is like when you watch
Duval.
HGTV, you can tell that those designers have started to notice what Duval is doing because of that the way they're doing the shelving.
Mhm.
And there's a very distinct look to Duval, and you can see that they're starting to imitate.
I'm gonna have
it.
to
It's a
follow
very
them.
English style.
Okay, I'm gonna have to follow
Yeah,
them.
they're on Instagram. They post a lot. It's beautiful.
There's did anybody watch? I know, are you guys HGTV fans?
Yeah. So,
Did anybody watch Designs, Rock the Block?
yeah.
You did. So the couple, Nate and
Yeah, Nate and-
Jeremiah,
Yeah.
their style is very English, very hip and what people are liking. So
They're good to follow on
Any of
Instagram.
the mass market or any of the designers that have some sort of, so Nate and Jeremiah, they design a whole line of furniture.
They have
for a
furniture.
Large company, living spaces. So any of those designers that also then have some sort of mass market production,
mhm.
they're usually the kind of the style makers. So
Right.
they're good ones.
Jeremiah
And
was
people are
designed
fine-
for, CV2 as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know Nate had, so I knew
Well,
Nate
Nate was on Oprah. wasn't he? So-
before, mhm, so I didn't know, I'm just now.
Well, Jeremiah was on
Yes,
the
that's
Rachel
his
Zoe
name.
project.
Been around a while.
Oh.
He was-
Nate Berkus. Oh, right.
Jeremiah was the Rachel Zoe, her reality show. She
Really?
worked for him, sorry, he worked for her, and then basically he did her house. I think it was when she was having the baby, he did the nursery, and it was
I'm
stunning.
trying
and
to
that's
think,
how
I
he-
think I remember this.
That's where he first appeared.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
they're a cute couple.
oh, they're gorgeous. I'm a HGTV fan, of course, they're like everybody else. It's easy watching. Our company is gonna be on the show. I know, did I tell you about? So there's a set of twin guys that are builders here in Dallas. And the name of the show is kind of on the style of Love It or List It, but it's called Build It or Buy It. So there'll be the third set of twins on TV, on HGTV now, third set. So it's it's Drew and Jonathan, it's Lindsay and Leslie. Y'all know those girls. Their show is Unsellable Houses. And one is blonde and the other one is brunette, and they're identical twins, but one of them, yeah, they have a van. And they have a VW. And so, and then this set of twins will be, I know, Calvin and Chris and Calvin. So they're from Jamaica, but they live here in Dallas. They've been here for 10 years. And the show is called Build It or Buy It. There's going to be couples, people that are buying, and they're going to try to convince them to either buy a rehab, fix it up, this is what we can do for it, or build a brand new house.
These are the text messages I've been getting if I have any clients. I'm
Yes.
like, why am I getting these text messages?
So they need one more family, they need one more client for the show, for this the first season, to either build it or buy it, and they have to have their budget. I think they're building the house for like $120 a square foot. They just have to have the land. And then their budget for a rehab, I think it's like 500,000, maybe. It's like 500,000 what they need to do to buy the house and to do the rehab. So they just need one more because they have 6 clients now, so they need a 7th. So they're doing 4 build-its, 4 buy-its, which is the rehab, and 2 build-its.
Okay.
So that's the format of the show. And then we're the staging company. So at the end, when they do the big reveal. Well, yeah.
I wanna buy it.
Yes. Yes. We're the ones bringing all the stuff in. So we're working with some designers that they have on staff that's designing the house. And then we're just coming in to kind of bring their ideas alive. So very exciting, very nervous. We're shooting in August. They're already shooting their part. But we start shooting the end of the shows in August and September, and then it'll air in the fall. So build it or buy it, HGTV. So exciting. And then you guys will see me on there. I'll be in there holding furniture, trying to get my little 1 minute of shine. So this is another variation of this. We're talking about the open shelves. Open shelves are still a thing. People that have little kids,
Oh, yeah, you don't want sippy cups up there.
yes. People that have little kids are not doing it. And you said in condos? They're doing both. They're doing it in
Oh, yeah,
houses
I've-
too.
I've seen several condos with-
Condos too, yeah.
So when I used to
Yeah,
live in
space full.
Montana, I used to have an investor that would build apartments and condos and he would style it.
Open cabinets, oh yeah. It's a trend for sure, and if it's real families living there, all the junk, all, like you said, sippy cups and all the kid stuff is gonna be on the bottom, and then you'll have all your pretty stuff. I'm not this type of person, like I don't have pretty dishes to sit out, I don't even cook, so this is just gonna be, it's gonna look
all
crazy.
show.
It's all for show. It would definitely be for show at my house, because I don't. Put it through the dishwasher, because it would just be for show at my house. My husband's like, you tricked me. You told me that you can cook. I'm like, I never told you that. I never tricked you. You just believe me.
All of those cookbooks are for sure.
That's what encouragement.
This is just for play, okay? So sage green is a huge color when it comes to cabinets. People love to do that. It looks really good.
It's called what type of green?
Sage.
Well, it's got a.
Halcyon
Halcyon,
Halcyon green.
HALC.
Sherwin-Williams 6213.
I put a really funky color in my kitchen.
You did?
Bluesy note.
Oh,
It's a purple blue.
that sounds pretty.
I'll show you.
On the cabinets or on walls?
On the.
Yeah,
vent
On the
hood,
vent
wood
hood?
vent hood, and then the island.
Really?
Snowbound. I'll show you.
Oh, that sounds so pretty. Oh, I'm
What
in.
do you think?
I'm in on that. So finishes. So everybody knows gold is in.
Sorts together, right?
Gold is in. It is the best, but you can still mix. There's people that don't want to change certain things in their house. Oh, we've had this forever. And they're afraid to move away from that and to get other finishes. You can totally mix them. It's not, everything in the house does not have to match.
Within the house.
You don't have to.
All the same in the bathroom.
Yes.
Yeah, we can break it up.
You can break it up. It does not have to match.
Well, I have the old townhome and my sliding glass doors have the gold. And I walked in, I was like, oh, this is ancient. And my stepdaughter comes in, 21, she's like, this is gold.
Yes.
I'm like,
Yes, because it's coming back. All this gold stuff that we ripped out a couple of years ago, now it's back in style. So I know everybody's like, dang it, I should have kept my,
Except now it's much more plain. It's not.
Mhm.
neat,
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
so,
it's flat, it's more flat and
very
uh-huh,
nice.
brushed. So we're doing a bathroom remodel in Arlington right now. And the homeowners are very plain, like they don't want too much frill, they don't want a whole bunch of stuff. Their style is mid-century modern, but they want gold fixtures. And I'm like, what kind of gold? Shiny gold or or just a plain gold? I mean, they wanted brushed gold because they're not real, out there. But I didn't even expect them to say they wanted gold because they're just super plain people. So, but you can mix, and this is the thing now. People are mixing. They've got black door handles and they've got gold and they've got brushed nickel. I mean, it's whatever you want to do. It does not have to be uniformed anymore. It is nice because it takes the pressure off. You don't have to feel like,
Change everything at once,
Mhm.
just over time and collect things.
yeah, and you can just be creative with it now. So that's a good thing. Do y'all know this?
My door is black.
Black doors
So
appeal to the
nice.
most buyers.
Really.
Black doors appeal to the most buyers. Yes, this is a thing. There, it feels welcoming. I know a lot of people say red.
That's-
Regal.
Yeah, but black is very luxurious and it feels warm and welcoming. So that is the most, appeals to the most buyers. Which is cool.
HOA will let you.
That's true. Now, do they have
Maybe you
a
have to go and
problem?
talk to HOAs as well and tell them the trends that are going.
Do
on.
they not let people paint black doors?
Oh,
No.
Really?
Some HOAs, you can't even plant certain flowers, you can only do certain colors. Mhm.
Oh,
Well,
that's
this is
very.
Texas, we all love to control everyone else's stuff.
Absolutely.
Well, I've never.
I've never
of
heard of
that,
this.
Oh,
I-
yeah.
I'm not in the HOA, so I don't
but-
know.
Yeah,
I've had
when
friends,
you
like
think they
friends
might
that
say
were
something
bought
about
into
black
like the newer developments that were the HOAs and,
Right, you can always-
you know, they'd be like, these are your 3 paint colors that you can pick for your house.
Right.
What?
Even,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if it's a strict HOA, they can control what you
Yeah.
plant.
I know they
on
can.
color
Oh my
flowers.
God,
Before,
yes.
it was
I've never heard of
hideous.
flowers, but I believe you,
Oh,
but I don't live there.
Yeah.
But you
it
would know
looks
that,
so
wouldn't you? Where you
freaking
buy
much better.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
get the HOA, all the
Oh,
the
nice.
CC and ours.
Oh, yeah, you did it. That looks so good.
Isn't it awesome?
That is awesome. That looks so good. So good. Okay, so your questions, these were questions that was sent over about certain things. If remodeling my master, is it okay to not have a tub? This is a wet room. These are my favorite things now. We do.
Hello, you should not have this picture of this question.
This is like the deluxe of the deluxe, like.
I'm trying to steer you in another direction.
This is my favorite thing. We're doing like 4 of these now at the company, but
Wet rooms?
Yeah.
yeah, they call it a wet room. It's, mhm.
Yeah.
So it has the shower and the tub in the same room behind the glass, and it just makes it encloses everything, and so all the water is in that area. So if you're remodeling your master, it is okay not to have a tub as long as there has a tub somewhere for kids. So when buyers come in and they don't see a tub in the master, but there's a tub in the guest bathroom, they're still okay because they have a place to rinse the kids off or, whatever they want to do, or the dog or guests. If guests come over, they want to at least have one tub in the house. But if in the master, if you don't want one, you don't have to have one. They're not going to shy away from buying that house if it doesn't have a tub in the master. So That is-
We barely use
Go
it
ahead.
anyway, but they don't piss most people.
And people do not want jets in their tubs, stuff
They don't,
like that.
right?
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
gross.
Oh, so the.
It's a cleaning nightmare.
Cleaning, yeah.
Lots of the videos of like them finally being flushed out and like mold and.
Oh,
mold
sure.
and mold.
Mhm.
It's like,
Yeah. It's going away. So people don't really use them as much as they think they will. When, especially when they buy the house, they're like, oh yeah, a tub. And then it's a year later, they're like, I've never been in it.
Twice a year or
Right.
something. and it's
Yeah, I
really
don't-
cold and
we
all
don't
that.
use
I
ours.
take baths quite a bit, but
My sister does too. Now, my sister's a bath person.
if I did, I mean, same thing, if it wasn't my master bedroom, as long as it was somewhere, my condo right now only has a shower and master, room, it's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's the thing, is if you're not gonna have a tub, you need to compensate, make sure that shower is like.
Is amazing.
spa worthy.
Yeah, the shower does have to be awesome if you don't have a tub in there. But it could be this without the tub. It could be the shower room, or it could just be a shower, area where. Mhm. But these are very popular right now. Wet rooms.
I just love the townhouse. that has one. I love it.
Where was the townhouse? Was it a new build?
No.
Oh,
Cedar Springs area.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't have to be a big bathroom, because this was one where it was just a bit.
Mm-mm.
Very corner, the showers in the front section and the bathrooms in the back section.
Right. Hey, y'all.
It was a freestanding bath, it wasn't built themselves.
Look, come on in.
So it was.
Yeah, that much, yeah.
Mhm. So this is, so we're just talking about trends. Pattern tile, not going anywhere. I'm doing that tile in the bathroom now. That's why I got the
What's your
picture.
opinion about it? It has so much personality, because I mean, it dates itself. That's the only thing, because there's like tile comes with trend. I think some of it does. I mean,
Depending on the kind that you
Pattern's
pick.
always there.
Yeah,
I think
this-
those
this will
scroll
never.
floral ones are the
Yeah.
Medallions, I think those are creative, but
Yeah,
a geometric, I mean, that's gonna have a longer lifespan. It's-
Right.
it's that-
I mean, I know what I like, but it
Mm-hmm.
was just like, when you, just in terms of.
what's your question?
Wait, so is that different pattern, like, is it like the password style or pattern?
For tile?
Yes.
Oh, definitely. So, especially on walls and backsplashes in the showers, herringbone is never going out of style, but it's the bomb. Yes. People love that. And this is actually vinyl plank.
Wow.
I see a lot of places just doing the vinyl plank these days.
Yeah, that's vinyl plank. We're in our showroom now, we're installing vinyl plank today in 3 different colors in a herringbone pattern. It's gonna be, we go from light, dark, dark, and it's gonna be so good. I just cannot wait. I can't wait to see it. But vinyl plank could look amazing, and it could look amazing up till different price points. So that was another question that you had, is vinyl plank considered cheap? I don't think so. Now, certain price points, once you get up into like the 600s, you probably don't want to do anything like this, because people are going to want a better quality. They're going to want to think it's a better quality than just the vinyl. So I'm thinking 550, 600, that's probably the cutoff when, to do. But y'all, vinyl plank is my favorite thing on the face of the earth. Nothing can happen to it. Dogs can't scratch it. Scratch resistant, water resistant. So if you have a flood, if you have like, just with the flood, all the stuff, nothing would have happened to this stuff. It would have still been down. So it's very, very durable, and it's glued down. Mhm.
But it wouldn't get down between the cracks of the plank.
No,
As long as it's installed correctly, that's a thing.
Yes.
It's not vinyl, but that is the main thing with vinyl. It's only as good as the installation.
install, yeah.
The other thing is it comes in thicknesses anywhere from 4 mm up to 20.
Yeah,
20 is as close to
20 is the
commercial
high.
grade as you can possibly get.
Mhm.
20 is to what I recommend to all of my residential clients.
Right.
Like, it's not that much more expensive for that thickness,
Mm-hmm.
but that is the one. When we think of like the extremely durable, it's really that.
Right.
That's the stuff.
That's like, everybody's walking on it. You can have it in buildings and it's not gonna do anything. So that's why we recommend it up till really high price points, because it's indestructible.
Also wondering if there's like cheap.
There is, so a lot, like you said, the 4, like the 4, there's probably like, it's like 69 cents. You can buy, a vinyl plank. and it's probably $1 to lay it. So for $1.69, you can get the floor done and, with the labor and material. It's pretty affordable. If it's something like a 20 mil, it may be $2.99 to get the really good product. It's still the same cost to install it
Yeah, how long does it last?
forever.
Forever.
Forever, like literally forever. So the manufacturers, a lot of the manufacturers have 10 and 20, sometimes 30-year warranty on just the material. And then whoever installs it, you'll get a warranty from them too. But it is, I'm telling you, this stuff will last
Your taste will
forever.
change before it.
Yeah.
Good job. And again, that's as long as installation's done correctly, as long as you get a good product.
Right, right. So this is a really good product, and that's how we're laying ours, is kind of the herringbone product. And it looks good, and it doesn't look like vinyl.
Yeah, it's like extra design.
Mhm. And it's not anything, too hard for the installers to do. If you just say, okay, this is the pattern I want, and that you can do anything with it. It's just like wood. Just like wood, but more durable, because wood will warp on you if it gets wet. Wood just is very finicky, and you'll never know what can happen to wood. Wood scares me a lot of times. But in the higher price points, people are going to want to see something like hand scrape. They're going to want to see
I wanna see an extra style.
actual natural stone. Yeah, they're going to want to see something else, because they're not going to want to walk into a house and say, oh, I'm paying $600,000 for vinyl. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. They'll get upset. Oh,
Paint my house all one color. Oh, that was similar, right?
that's the one I was telling you about. Should I paint my house all one color? This is the Texas house right now. Like, this is all the Texas houses that we see being built. Dark roof, say, white house, just very, what was Chip and Joanna's thing?
Magnolia.
Very magnolia. That's the style that people want. That's another word.
How long is that gonna be around? though? I mean, my
Fixer
house is
upper.
20 years old and it's the ornate, Tuscan French kind of look. and I
Mhm.
love my house.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll have to take me out of there dead to get me to leave, but, I mean, I like this too,
Mhm.
but I wonder how long it's gonna be, 15 years? And
think it's
oh,
kinda
I'm
flexible.
tired of this.
Even
I'm gonna
now,
go
I
more
think
again.
for the people that like that, that's their personal style, because even your home, that style was more popular at that time.
At the time, right?
Exactly.
So now, although it was a trend, that trend is gone, but
Mhm.
there's still people that love that.
That love that
trend.
trend.
There's
Mhm.
The saying is there's not, well, sorry, there's a lid for every pot. I was gonna say the other one. There's a lid for every pot. So even when your home is not in trend, there's still gonna be people that like that
Yeah.
style, and that's their permanent style.
Right. So this,
Yeah,
I think
permanent style.
we're gonna be looking at this for a while. A lot of the builders are building this style, doing white and doing black roofs and that kind of thing. And so it's a popular thing now. I don't see it going away. Within the next 10 years, it's gonna be here. 10 to 15 years is probably will be very popular, because people
Just see what happens.
just like it. Mhm.
I'm really old. Like when I'm really old.
She said, well, oh, wait, I mixed one. Okay. So this is shiplap. This was one of the questions. Is shiplap still a thing? And this is what designers say when clients say, can I have some shiplap?
With that barn door that actually roll up your wall.
Oh, yeah, that's the barn door, it's like, don't do it.
Now people are doing some cool stuff like this. I thought it was cool. So I said, oh, let's show this picture. It's in the bathroom, behind the mirrors. It's not the average place that you see it in living rooms and dining rooms and what they had been doing before. But I believe shiplap is going out on its way out, and designers hate shiplap right now because of the trend.
But more, well,
I just think the trend when Joanna came around, that was her staple. And then it made it very, very popular. And a lot of people that are watching these shows are asking for it in just normal houses. And the designers are like, this is not what you need here. Like, this not even, you don't even know what you're asking for. Mhm.
I think the other thing you're seeing more popular right now is like molding applied. to
Yes,
houses or
and I
cabinets.
had a picture. I wish I would have
So
put it
good.
in
I
here.
did that in so many areas of my house. And we used to do it in model homes all the time.
It looks
It's
so
much easier
good.
Installation,
Mhm.
molding is less expensive.
Yep.
Um,
And you just paint it the same colors, whatever your paint color is, and it just looks so good. I wish I would have put a picture in there.
I follow a whole page, 2 whole page on Instagram that are, that's all they do, is they're trim companies in DFW, that's all they do is molding walls. It's
Mhm.
fabulous.
Right. Oh, awesome. I need to call
It really
them.
gets feature.
Mm-hmm.
That's like your new feature was in color. It's like.
Yes.
Instead of color.
And it's-
Mhm.
people would rather see texture.
Right.
Than just. a paint
And
color.
there's
It
just
looks
a paint
expensive
color.
as well.
Yeah.
And well, you said it isn't expensive, but it
Yeah.
looks
It
expensive.
looks expensive. It
Mhm.
does. It makes a big impact. So wallpaper.
I was gonna ask you about that.
It's coming back.
Wallpaper is back. It's been back. So, and I don't even think it ever really went away. People were still wallpapering, but they were trying to do more texture and more paint colors. And like we said, the accent walls. But wallpaper now comes in so many, oh my gosh, so many patterns, so many colors, and it's so beautiful. So this is a ceiling in a closet. So the designer, instead of putting it on the wall, she put it on the ceiling. It looked so good.
You got clothes gonna be covering up all the walls.
Right. So you won't see it. So she needed to find, her client wanted to put this somewhere. She couldn't figure out where. And they were like, well, how about the closet ceiling? And they put it in there and the client is just fell in love.
It's like that thing.
But it makes,
Last year, the Kips Bay House in Dallas was just wallpaper everywhere. It was like every room. It was phenomenal.
oh, I love it. I love wallpaper. I'm like addicted. And, small bathrooms, it makes a big impact. It makes them look, make it feel homey.
Yeah.
And like I said, it just comes in so much stuff. Now, this is my office.
I
This
love
is
it.
my office. I have wallpaper in my office. This whole wall is like 10 feet long. And
Flowers.
it's crazy.
Right.
But my office was all pink for 3 years and I was sick of it. And I was like, I need to break it up. And then I ended up getting this wallpaper put in. So I was like, I gotta do something. So personal choice versus real estate safe. You guys know real estate safe is basically gonna be vanilla. It's gonna be beige and gray and what will appeal to the masses. So real estate safe, you guys know, is what we as stagers call vanilla. And then personal choice, like this wall is purple. That's going to be something that you live in, and it's going to be different than how you sell. So personal choice, and then this is just real
So
estate
if
safe.
somebody did have a very personal wall like that, or
Mhm.
if their house was kind of like that,
Mhm.
you would recommend that they did paint that or not?
It
Yeah.
it would depend. So for us, it would depend on the rest of the house. So if that's the only thing that they had in there that was off or that wasn't plain, we probably would say just leave it there. We would put artwork or something in there to accent it and then make it look good. So we wouldn't tell.
Good, not the skull.
Yeah, we would definitely take that down because although we live in Texas, not everybody that's buying is from here. So we have to make sure that we're not offending anybody. So vegans,
No.
Yeah.
you think about that. So,
You don't know by name.
no, you don't know.
We had.
So
We
you don't
had
know.
3 rules for model homes. One of them was no animals whatsoever.
Mhm.
So like you.
So
could not-
roads, cowhides.
Yeah,
Mhm.
do not, yes, no dead animals, so no taxidermy, no skulls, no hide rugs,
Yeah.
unless specifically requested by the client.
Mhm.
And we could not have clocks, and we could not have any candles that didn't have burned wicks.
Really?
Had to have at least been
Why
burned
no
once.
clocks?
It's just like Vegas, for model homes, you want people to spend all day in there, so you don't want them to have any concept of time.
Okay.
You want them to just walk around and fall in love with the house and stay as long as they want, so no
Right.
clocks.
Makes sense.
I did not
And
know
then as a
that.
clock, we had to take the battery out, and then we had to, and we would only do that if like the client, like if we designed something, client was like, I think the clock would look better there, we would always push back, but we had one that like they always loved clocks in all their houses from their previous stager, if they always wanted a big clock above the mantle, we would always take the batteries out.
Wow, I did not know
So it was
that.
right twice a day.
Right?
I just say set it at noon and it's.
Right?
you know.
I'll put it at 2.
I can't stand the white wick of a candle.
So-
First thing I do with every candle is burn my wick.
ours.
I was brought up that it was unlucky. You always, as soon as you brought a candle into your house, you should light it.
Ours is a sterile feeling, so like you don't want people to feel like the house has never been lived in. You want them to feel like you want it to feel home, even though it's a brand new
That's
home.
a detail I never
You
would
want
have
it to
thought of.
feel home. So a lot of it is psychology. My firm is just
Right.
huge into, like the psychology of what staging looked like. But
Mhm.
we put it on a candle, we had to burn it.
That's
And we would
crazy.
usually light it for the builder walkthrough,
Mhm.
and then you would just go through and blow them all out.
Right. That's crazy. I
There
never
were
thought
three
about that.
rules. I mean, there were tons of other ones, but.
Mhm.
They were the big ones.
Those are the three ones you.
My
absolutely
big
not
rule
break
for
without approval.
staging that for people that live in their home, my huge rule is closets. Make sure that they're 40% full, because if people walk through and see they're jam packed, they're gonna say, oh my God, I don't have enough room for my stuff. Even if they don't have as much stuff as you, they're gonna think in their mind that there's no storage here. There's no space for my stuff. So we tell them 40%, and then they can imagine the rest. They're like, oh, there's plenty of room. Well, that's just psychology.
When they open the garage, like,
Oh, there's everything. Everything's in here. I tell people garage is real estate. We do not want to put all our junk in there. So, yeah.
My neighbor did put a pod in their driveway,
Oh,
in the back and put
A
all the
pod.
stuff in there.
mhm.
So at least when you walked in that, you could go, it was.
It's just
living
empty. Oh, yeah.
there.
Well, that works. I would rather them have it, have it hauled off, but that is better than having it inside.
Yeah.
Because people can't imagine, they can't see past your stuff. So, I would rather them do that. So this is another one of the 2021 colors for Sherwin-Williams is Urban Bronze. It's so beautiful. It's dark and rich, that the wall color.
It's like a deep charcoal.
It's a deep, dark, almost like a brownish
Doesn't say
gray.
it's got lights, it has like a coppery undertone.
Mm-hmm. It's
That's why
so
gets the
pretty.
bronze name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Urbane bronze? Urbane bronze. I'm like urbane
Just call
bronze.
it urban, yeah.
I did.
Do it.
So that's one of the new colors. And I think everything is going real rich now. All the colors are,
Nice.
So this is-
See, there you go.
As our wood tones have gone lighter, we've been able to go darker on like all the other colors.
so
Because
dark.
It's like when you used to have the dark floor.
Oh my
That was
gosh.
like you had to bring everything light, but if you do the light.
I have
floors-
dark floors now and
They've dated, I think that they've dated a little. bit.
Oh,
See on
gosh.
somewhat, But yeah, we definitely a white oak. It's like
mhm.
natural
house
and
is-
very finished, it's really pretty.
5 years old, and when it was first built, of course, the whole neighborhood picked the same floor. We all had the same floors. We have the same cabinets, the same stuff. And we have dark floors, and you see every bit of dust, every speck of dirt. It's really tough to keep them clean. So now people are moving away from dark and they're going a little bit lighter and more pine colors and like that. But the paint colors these are personal choice paint colors. These are a lot richer than what we've seen before. A lot of times we've seen just really light tones, pastels even, but now they're going a lot dark. Now this is gray. This Kingsport gray, I probably would do that because it looks awesome. I think I would try that out. It looks so good in that
Who's-
Amazon soil.
Who's all these?
These are Benjamin Moore.
Big Benjamin Moore. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, this is their 2021 palette. And this color is their color of the year. The teal. Mhm.
The other place I recommend, like, people look at colors is like if you go to Sherwin-Williams, they have like their regular colors, they have like usually a Pottery Barn or a West Elm palette, and those are updated yearly. Those are pretty spot on too, usually.
Those are
If
good.
you've got a client that's more of one of those styles, like a more, they fit kind of that more Pottery Barn style,
Mhm.
look at that color palette and usually look for them.
And if you want to go into Sherwin-Williams and ask them for a paint chip, they'll give it to you for free. Just say, I'm a realtor, I have clients, and they'll give you a deck for free. See, I'm not advising them on color, but I just want to show them what they can do. So doors, if you're not selling, this is another trend, bright color doors. People are painting pink and teal and just all kinds of crazy colors. She's
I
like,
the black
no.
more.
For me, I'm in black, but these,
Yeah.
They will not be pleased.
these are, yes, now these are not HOA friendly, but people are doing this. I see a lot of this in East Dallas, Lake Highlands area, Lakewood, people are doing their doors really bright colors right now, so. It does, it
right?
does.
It's like a sunny place.
Yep, it does. It does remind me of Florida. Yep. So transitional style, one of the questions was, do I need to get smaller furniture to make my house look bigger? Yeah. So a lot of times, this house, even this to me, this is a transitional style, but to me, this is too much furniture. It's too much stuff in this one room. So I would take out a lot of this, at least 3 pieces of this. I might take these out in the bench and just put this chair on this side and we're good. Just so people can see the flow of the room and
This is more like if you live there.
If you
this is
live
your
there.
house,
Mhm.
not when you're-
This is living there. Right, you gotta have 1,000 people. You gotta have somewhere for everybody to sit. Unless there's like a huge house, you got 7 bedrooms and all, and people are coming down to hang out. But I think that, you know, just looking at the style for them to live in, it would be fine, but to sell, I would definitely take some of this stuff out. But for sale, if you want to, if you're selling and you have large furniture, you do want to get something a little bit smaller scale or take out a few pieces of a set. Say you have a set of a couch. I don't like sets. If you have a couch, a love seat, and a chair, a matching chair, I take the love seat out at least, and then maybe add another somewhere to sit. But if you have, I mean, you just don't want people to feel like, oh, this room is crowded. We take out, we edit people's houses all the time, and we have them take out some of the bigger pieces of furniture. I went into a house one time and they had about 4 living rooms full of stuff in one living room. It was just crazy. Like, why do you need so many places to sit? They're like, oh, well, this came from his house when he was
Yeah,
single,
yeah,
and this
all
came
the
from my
stuff.
house, and grandma left
Yeah.
this, and they just had everything in this living room. And I'm like,
Sounds like my house.
you need to pick one style and let's go with that thing. But yes, if you're selling, you might want to pare down.
So when people are, when you're telling them to downsize all this stuff, are they buying storages to put all, you know, their excess furniture? for
It
sale?
kind of depends. So a lot of times when they get to the point where they're ready to, if they're ready, if not, if they're not ready, but if they're ready to sell, then they'll either get a storage, or a lot of times I've seen people sell stuff. So they'll get on Marketplace and say, hey, this is for sale. Come pick this up, because they're ready to move on to their next step.
Professional tell them like get rid of that. They're like, oh, I'll just sell it. And they're like, it suddenly changes their perception of whether or not they're gonna take it with them.
Right, right. So that's a lot of times they'll do that. They'll either store it or they'll get rid of it in some kind of way. So, but that's if they're ready. Now, we've had a lot of pushback. We've had tears. We've
I know, I was
had
gonna
people
say,
cry.
I've heard of people being offended.
Yes.
By your
And
suggestions,
if
where
the-
you, like, you know, kind of like, this
Mhm.
needs to go, and it's like, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
piece, and,
I mean,
know.
you have to be, as professionals, we have to talk to them in a very sweet way and tell them this is going to be the best for your property. Now it's no longer where you raised Johnny and Angie. This is a product for sale on the marketplace. So now we're going to package it like a product.
Yeah.
And so we have to speak to them in that way, instead of, because they're thinking of this house of where they raised their kids, where they grew their family. They're very attached to this. So you have to kind of take that away from them, where this is no longer this house for you. This is now a product. And if once they understand that, then they're ready. But if they're still thinking about how they raise their kids there, they're going to be like, oh God, no, I don't want to. And then that's where you have to have sit them down and, ma'am, well, let's just talk about this. Please work with me, you know. So, but and they do. They end up coming around. They just have to realize that their agent wants something, and we all are trying to get to this one goal, but they just have to be coached into that. That's the fun part of our job, because we we know how to do that very well. We're talking about cow hides. This is if you're living there. That's one of the new trends. Faded antique rugs, we see this a lot, and then textures and layering rugs. People are layering things now, just to give a little bit more. And it makes it feel cozy. I've got that too in my office, where there's a couple different kinds of rugs, and people are like, well, how did you see that this was gonna go together? I don't know, I just tried something out. And that's what you're gonna do with your house anyway. So you just kind of figuring things out and seeing what styles you like. But those are two of the trends that are happening now, layering and antique rugs. Mhm. It is.
Right.
Oh, Lord. Okay, questions? Oh, we're almost done.
Yeah. really good.
Any
Did a
questions?
good job of asking questions of the audience.
Yeah.
Good. I think so, yeah.
Does anyone on Zoom have any questions?
Oh, shoot, I forgot
I
about
haven't
y'all.
seen any pop up. I haven't seen it out.
There's two. There's two. I didn't see anything. Oh, there's four? Oh, two more got on. I didn't see them.